Welcome to News 20 at 5. I'm Adriana Thomas.
And I'm Adriana Alexander. Thank you for joining us. Let's dive right into our local news.
A Tallahassee surgeon has been indicted on accounts of fraud after allegedly stealing $26 million. Dr. Moses DeGraff Johnson is a Tallahassee cardiovascular surgeon indicted by the federal grand jury. He's accused of 58 accounts of falsely billing insurers for work he did not perform. Johnson bilked the government and health insurers of millions from surgical procedures he claimed to have executed over the past 5 years. Johnson had easy access to medical records that allowed him to poach his patients, according to the Washington Post. A Tallahassee man is behind bars after allegedly molesting a young girl. Justin Spillers is accused of sexually abusing a 6-year-old for 6 years. The mother of the victim alerted Leon County deputies back in October of 2019 after the 15-year-old daughter explained the incidents. Spillers babysat the young girl starting when she was age 6 until she was age 12. The victim stated Spillers would take her to the woods to perform sexual acts. Spillers was arrested and is held in jail without bond for sexual battery on a child, according to Leon County deputies.
Democratic candidate Mike Bloomberg is opening a Tallahassee field office to have a brick-and-mortar presence in the Florida's capital. The Tallahassee office is located at 214 South Bruneau Street, where Bloomberg's campaign hosted a grand opening Saturday at noon with featured members like former City Commissioner Gil Ziffer. Bloomberg's first Florida offices were in Miami, St. Petersburg, and Orlando. The campaign will be opening this weekend in Fort Lauderdale, Gainesville, Sanford, Sarasota, Tampa, and West Palm Beach. And his campaign plans to open 10 more in the coming days. I'm Brittany Jarrett. Back to you ladies at the desk.
Thank you, Brittany. Graffiti has become a major issue in Tallahassee. Property owners and civic authorities are working hard to remove graffiti in the area. Deasia Robinson tells us more.
Graffiti is a serious crime that impacts all citizens in the city of Tallahassee. Removing graffiti and repairing the damages it causes could cost taxpayers thousands of dollars. The City of Tallahassee Downtown Improvement Authority has established a graffiti abatement program. Its director, Alan Thomas, said it's important that everyone understands the seriousness of graffiti.
If graffiti is identified and abated by covering it up, that there actually is less activity, and so it does help to beautify your city. Also, we're working on identifying some mural programs so that artists can have an outlet for their work.
City officials are partnering together with neighborhood leaders and business owners to immediately remove graffiti from the city. Amanda Morrison, who started the initiative, says she's pleased with the results of the program.
Friends together on a Saturday morning, and we got everyone coffee and got gloves and trash bags and just started to walk around. So it's been really fun to see everyone just really get engaged and care about doing something good for the community and coming out and giving their time to it.
Luckily, the City of Tallahassee is forming another program that will work with local artists who would like to showcase their work. Residents can expect for graffiti such as this one to start being removed sometime this month. City officials are urging anyone with information to report it immediately. For News 20, I'm Deasia Robinson.
Penalties for graffiti could range anywhere from 1 to 3 years in prison, with a maximum fine of $10,000.
Former country singer Daniel Lee Martin was found dead from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound in Pasco County, Florida, deputies say. The late singer was indicted on child sex crimes in October 2018. District Attorney Kim Helper says Martin was supposed to attend a court hearing early that Friday morning. When he didn't show up, a new police warrant was out for Martin to be picked up. When the SWAT team entered his home, his body was found dead. Martin performed at the CMA Music Festival in 2004 and opened for musicians like Vince Gill and Willie Nelson. Also for today's entertainment, Oscar-winning singer Jennifer Hudson delivered a touching tribute to the late Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna Bryant. Kobe, his daughter, and 7 others were killed in a helicopter accident 3 weeks ago. Kobe and his daughter were laid to rest in a private ceremony earlier this month. At the NBA event, Hudson was introduced by Hall of Famer and former Laker Magic Johnson. He asked attendees to hold hands and come together while having an 8-second moment of silence to pay their respects to the families affected by this tragedy.
Moving over to your 5-day forecast. Today, Monday, partly cloudy with that high of 67 and that low of 60 degrees. Tuesday is going to be following the same trends. More clouds still in the sky with a high of 75 and a low of 62 degrees. Midweek, we start to see that rain coming in, but that high jumps up into the high 70s with a high of 78 and a low of 57. On Thursday, still going to be raining. Keep those umbrellas and raincoats close with a high of 64 and a low of 40 degrees. On Friday is when the sunshine comes back out to play with that high of 55 and that low of 33.
The Florida State Seminoles were able to remain undefeated at home as they pulled the win over Syracuse this past weekend. Austin Dixon tells us more.
With the Florida State Seminoles men's basketball team looking to defend home court at the Donald L. Tucker Civic Center on Saturday afternoon against their ACC rival Syracuse, they did just that. And what was a close game throughout the majority of the afternoon, the Seminoles didn't fail to disappoint in front of a home crowd which featured 11,500 fans. Although Syracuse guard Joe Girard III struck first for the Orange and finished the game with 22 points, it wasn't enough to combat the barrage of threes Florida State made from beyond the arc. With the Seminoles having 3 players scoring double digits for the game, FSU head coach Leonard Hamilton highlights this win as a team win.
Him being able to big and strong and being able to be physical inside and give us that energy, I thought made a big difference as well. I thought it was a team victory today, and hopefully we can grow from this.
With freshman forward Patrick Williams dropping in a team-high 17 points for the Garnet and Gold, he was also able to control the boards as he grabbed 7 rebounds for the game. With Syracuse being known for throwing different forms of zone defenses towards their opponents, Williams describes how he was able to be productive and the advice he took from his teammates.
He kept telling me that in practice as well as throughout the game, so I just feel like it was just, a combination of all those guys.
Also, while MJ Walker suffered from a busted lip earlier in the game, this did not stop him from being effective on the court. Walker was also able to produce as he chipped in 16 points and torched Syracuse's defense with 5 made threes to help seal the win for the Seminoles and keep them perfect at home.
With the Seminoles winning today's game against Syracuse, they now sit at 20 straight home victories. Their next game will come against Pittsburgh on Tuesday evening, their ACC rival. I'm Austin Dixon in Tallahassee, News 20.
The Seminoles will face against the Pittsburgh Panthers at the Donald L. Tucker Civic Center tomorrow evening at 8 p.m.
Continuing to celebrate Black History Month, we take a look at Mary McLeod Bethune and her impact. Born to former slaves, Bethune started her school, Bethune-Cookman University, in 1904. The university continues to thrive in higher education as a testament to her later life. Though Bethune's friendship with First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt, she met President Franklin Roosevelt. Roosevelt named Bethune chair of the National Youth Administration. Bethune served in various roles of leadership before her death in 1955. That's going to do it for us tonight. For Olden's La Fortune and Kalisha Moore, and I'm Adriana Thomas.
And I'm Adriana. Thank you for watching. Remember to also follow us at FAMUTVnews.com for more news updates. Have a good evening.